Yo, do you go faster with the siren on? I don't know. Debatable. It's always a... It's like a horse. Every time we get out of the car.
It's a pretty big hospital.
What are you wearing?
Guess they wanted to be ready for town-wide...
The bulletproof rain jacket?
No, it's another leftover from the town's prosperous slumber days.
Looks like you're about to get
Now, though, isn't it?
like a
My
neck
mother always
x-ray.
talked about how energetic this town used to be. Almost like a gold rush.
Huh?
To say. Impressive.
But the hotter the fever, the faster it cools. So now there's hardly anyone left.
You guys want to go inside?
It is me to watch my hometown lose so many citizens. Beyond your understanding, I'm sure.
Yeah, city boy.
Yes, I'm sorry to say that it is. That's why this case is our problem. There really isn't any need for you to get too involved.
Yeah, I think you mentioned that before. About 11 or 12 times. Oh, it's so good!
Hello, Sheriff.
Freckly Fiona, the hospital receptionist.
Hi there, Fiona. We're here to see Usher. You know
Usher?
where he is?
I think Dr. Johnson is in the computer room.
Actually, his name's Usher Raymond.
In a hospital?
Nice to meet you, Mr. FBI agent. The computer room is where our employees share a computer.
Very nice to meet you, too. I'm FBI Special Agent Francis York.
Just call me York.
How did you know I was FBI?
Easy. None of the police in this town wear cologne. Besides, that scar on your face is the biggest rumor in town.
She's a good judge of
Rumors get
character.
exaggerated as they spread, even in the countryside.
What's that you're reading, if I may ask?
You haven't heard of this yet? It's a recent bestseller mystery. It's set in the U.S., a small traditional North American town close to the Canadian border. A peaceful, traditional place. However,
Detroit,
that
Michigan.
peaceful town is shattered by a terrible crime, the murder of a local girl. And that incident causes grief and sadness to everyone in town. But everyone feels the seditious, heinous, evil still
Should you
lurks
just take her
alive.
SATs?
Yes, much like the situation right now here in Greenville.
Fiona, don't say that.
Sorry, I shouldn't have said that. With Anna dead and all.
Don't worry. Books are written to entertain. It's good you're enjoying it. What we're faced with here is a terrible crime committed in a real world. Much different from that of a novel. So there's no need to apologize.
Thank you, Agent York.
Sorry, I need to figure out where the computer room is. Looks like each section is named after a chess piece. Oh, he's holding his breath. Hey, Emily, who farted? Yes, your doctor told us that you are to be our patient. Our enthusiastic congratulations and well wish on your coming event. And be assured that we have a very personal interest in your case and have already taken steps to see to T that your stay in the Palo Alto Hospital will be pay us a social visit before you enter. We want to meant and gree you for yours. Medicament storage? Hickey storage? The dead house? What is this? The dissecting room. Love your eyes. Like your eyes, wahaha. Registrations in fill room 8. Therapeutic see what? Blood. $sign Rhine collection. X-ray room Hello Kitty. Chest X-ray. Fafa my girl. Polyclinic machines. Exam of internal medicine for. Caution your body. Per examination service. Registration and filling blood brine collection. Premarital exam F. Men and women. I don't want to know what a premarital exam is. I think I saw an Our Relationships thread about that. No. Don't make me do it, David. You can tell it's a Japanese-made game because no American public bathroom looks this nice. Too clean. Stalls are too large. The doors go all the way to the floor, so you don't constantly have to look to see if somebody's poking their head under it.
We couldn't find him.
Fiona needs to check her information.
No, I don't think so. Does the doctor like playing games by any chance?
Maybe a little checkers?
There's a message on the computer, and a card key already set in place. The king passes the rook and meets the bishop. Knight takes a pawn along for the queen.
What does that all mean?
It's a simple puzzle.
Dumbass.
Zach, let's take him up on his challenge. You can do this, right?
King passes rook and meets bishop. King passes rook, meets bishop. Knight takes a pawn to the queen. Checkmate. You do not put a chess puzzle in a video game. I had an ELO of I had a perf of 1750 in one tournament when I was 14 years old.
Another code?
You put a chess puzzle in this
Nowhere to
game?
insert a password.
More games.
It's over.
The message appeared with the card key. It's telling us where to use it.
Any percent key card slip? Nailed it. 6% chance the door opens on frame 1. He's done it.
Nice to meet you. I'm Usher Johnson, the doctor in this hospital.
FBI Special Agent Francis York Morgan.
Call me York.
Please, call me York.
Everyone calls me that.
Everyone calls me that.
Very well, Agent York.
Are you a forensic practitioner?
Let's just say I've dealt with corpses before.
It's one of those questions you just answer with
That
yes
battle
or
of
no.
wits, by the way. Did you create that yourself?
Mm-hmm. I just wanted to see if our FBI agent could handle the task.
I see. Well, it was pretty fun.
Oh, I'm glad you liked it.
We don't have much time.
Oh,
We need those autopsy results.
From the onset of rigor mortis, the stiffening of the muscles, the time of death is estimated to be between 20 and 2200 hours. That's still quite early for such a crime to take place.
most murders take place after midnight, as you all know.
Note that there are 2 exterior wounds, pressure marks around the neck, and a long cut running from chest to abdomen. Blood marks on her right hand tell us she was gripping something round in her right hand.
Don't say D's. Don't say D's.
Her skull is also fractured, but that is unrelated to the cause of death. It probably happened to her after she was killed. Now, I first thought death by suffocation, due to the marks on her neck. But after further investigation, I now have a different conclusion. The direct cause of death was loss of blood from the wound.
Yo, congrats, Austin.
Which means...
She was cut up while she was still alive.
Yes, a sharp knife was used.
No kidding.
It was inserted beneath the sternum and then quickly sliced downwards. The excessive loss of blood from her internal organs is what actually killed her. Her nails are clean, and with no skin cells from the attacker. She also doesn't appear to have been bound nor badly beaten. She was apparently killed without resistance. The most tragic thing, however, was that she was unable to speak her story to anyone who could hear her cries.
What? What do you mean?
The perpetrator cut out Hannah's tongue.
Oh, thank you. I needed
I
a
believe she was drugged
translator.
first to phase her consciousness, and then the killer killed her.
Allegedly.
Now, the killer most likely has a deep, traumatized past concerning women. He probably cannot converse with them normally.
Oh my god. It is
Cutting
Trevor.
out the tongue suggests a very lonely individual. Either that or a truly hardcore sadist.
Thomas, whatever.
He must get off on watching women suffer, especially when they can't answer back. He watched as the blood pumped from her body.
You don't know that. He could have been looking at his phone.
A case in Seattle in 1985 was much like...
Usha, please, limit your report to your findings as a doctor. Criminal profiling is my job. You're wrong, also. Anna died fully, deeply, painfully aware of what was happening to her.
But,
Tell me, what time did it stop raining on the night Anna was killed?
Oh, of course.
Just before I went to bed, right after the movie on TV ended, so around 1 a.m.
What movie was it?
An American Werewolf in London.
Little old lady
Directed
got
by John
mutilated
Landis,
last
1981.
night.
So the rain stopped, accompanied by the ending song, Blue Moon. George, would you mind if I examined Anna myself?
What more do you hope to find?
I'm sure I mentioned that I have a personal interest in cases like these.
Anna's body is lying on the table. Ah! Smallmouth bass. It's a popular fish in Greenvale.
From her lack of resistance, I'd say that Anna's injuries happened very quickly. Unable to speak, she was then left to cry herself to death.
Zach, it's all starting to come together.
The perpetrator stayed with her for at least 2 hours until it stopped raining. At the estimated time of her death, it was still raining, but you can still see tear marks on her cheeks. That means she was killed under a roof somewhere.
Well, that narrows it down.
She was then carried into the woods after it stopped raining.
There's one other thing. Her tongue was removed with a very blunt knife. In fact, it's more likely it was simply chopped off.
Usha, are you a passionate man?
Well, not particularly, but I am man enough should the moment call for it.
George, how about you?
I'm very passionate. Yes. Especially when it comes to women.
Alrighty
But
then.
I don't see what that has to do with anything.
George, the perpetrator, is just like you. He's passionate about women.
Got him.
Passionate kisser. This was a kiss of death.
The perpetrator bit off Anna's tongue.
We'll never get a dental print from a wound like this. But this is still a big lead.
Oh my god.
Jackpot, Zach. A shame, but
Is
our
it
old-time All-American
It's
sightseeing
a
tour.
pomegranate seed?
This case is now under the jurisdiction of the FBI. I'm assuming command. I'll need you to assist me in the investigation.
What in the hell do you mean, Agent Morgan? I know I said I was passionate, but you can't think I did this.
Take him away, boys.
That's not why I'm assuming command, George. You're a suspect just as much as every other passionate man on Earth. Let me show you something.
I've almost got enough for one serving.
There you go. Amazing, huh? I'm sure you have a lot of questions, but most of the details are top secret.
That's why I just showed him to you.
George, Emily, we should be going. No need to stay here any longer. Bishop takes queen. His rook takes your queen. Then your knight takes rook. And checkmate.
That's not how it works.
Huh?
You can't just say that.
My first victory in the Grand.
Yo, he got his first norm. Two more of those and he's officially certified GM status. You know I'm gonna read these. Save your life. Like your life? Wahaha? Therapeutic see what? Alright, a lot of these are just the same. I don't know if I want the second one from the top to be on my stream. What did it say? I'm loath to even repeat it, but it did say gynecological exam for child. Which, now that I think about it, I suppose, you know...
Amazing.
It's a medical procedure, but it's just a very cursed sequence of words. Dude, I'm gonna finish this game with 99% accuracy. Oh. Card key for Central Building.
Here! Over here! I cracked her armor, she's weak. Let me buy it, please. Let me buy it, please. Let me buy it, please. Let me buy. This is about as scary as Luigi's Mansion. It's about as scary as the light gun version of Luigi's Mansion right now. What do you? I have so many key cards. Yo, has there ever been a Final Destination movie where, like, one of the kids who was supposed to be killed but, you know, circumvented death got in, like, an MRI machine and it just, like, got so powerful it sucked all the iron out of their blood? You don't have to justify why it's happening scientifically. Just show the machine, like, shooting some sparks out of it or something like that. And then one of the nurses can be like, if it gets any stronger, it's gonna pull all the iron out of her blood. Pawn uses en passant. Takes your rook, turns into a rook. Takes your queen, checkmate, you win. En passant is Regin? Regin? Is resin? En passant is not resin, but it usually sucks. That was the wisdom that I got back when I played. When you use it, it's to flex on the other kids in the middle school tournament that you know it's real. Then they have to do a judge call. Is castling resin? Castling is not resin. That's like the... It's a core move. They got a gun! We're back to the world of the living.
Agent Morgan, if you're so desperate, then why not smoke two at once?
What is Bloodborne, dude? What on earth is this?
Who's that old man?
It's Peter Whalen. Show
That's
some
Harry.
respect.
Harry Stewart. One of the bigger problems around here. His father started up the lumber trade and founded this town. He's a weird one, as I'm sure you can see. Always dressed like that, never speaking to the townsfolk. And just FYI, he owns almost the entire town. Not that 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 makes any difference.
It's
So long as
Die
I'm
Hardman.
around, he won't be getting away with any funny business.
Mysterious capitalist.
Mr. Francis York Morgan, haste won't lead you to what you seek. Keep your eyes focused on your
that's
footing
David
as
Bowie.
we speak. So says Mr. Stewart.
Michael Tillotson.
Nice to meet you, too. How did you know my name?
Mr. Francis York Morgan, information desires you, just as you desire information too. So says Mr. Stewart.
Harry, stop trying to get in our way. Keep this up, and even you'll have to answer to the law.
Mr. Francis York Morgan, with each rain our town goes mad. To our disdain, unpreventable. So sad. So says Mr. Stewart.
Thanks for the warning.
Then we shall depart, Mr. Francis York Morgan.
Osborne Cox. God,
That's
I love
how he
this
always
song.
is. Always spouting that nonsense. Don't give it any thought. It's all gibberish.
Emily here.
Did her walkie-talkie
Oh.
just ring?
Okay, thank you, Thomas. Agent York, we've contacted the first witnesses to the crime scene. You can interview them where they found the dead body.
Excellent. I was just about to ask if you could take me there.
I thought they were throwing down.
Are you really upset about me taking over the case? I have the authority approved by the FBI to assume command. I understand you don't like it, but you will follow my orders.
I'm not disputing FBI authority, but this is our town.
Scrub.
You get far
Yeah,
alone,
beat it.
and you gain nothing by antagonizing me.
It's part of my personality. I just do things my way. I can take you off the case if you wish.
Stop it, you two. We need to solve this case, not bicker among ourselves.
Jesus, a heck of a ramp.
Anna's body was discovered by the woodsman Jim Green, along with his 2 grandchildren, Isaac and Isaiah.
What were they doing in the forest?
Just their daily routine. They found Anna's body during a morning walk.
That's
So
part
you
of the
talked
daily
about it.
routine?
Not officially. Not yet.
Not yet. Are you out of your mind? You haven't interviewed them yet?
Agent York, that tone is hardly appropriate. We were given orders to wait for you to arrive.
Orders by who?
A man called Abrams from the FBI.
Robert isn't. Good old Bob Abrams. I did tell him to stay out of it. It's always tough to have a meddling boss, huh, Zach?
I thought you knew, Agent Morgan. Don't worry about it. We may not have taken official statements, but we got all the information we need. I can fill you in right now if you'd like.
Thanks, George, but that won't be necessary.
No, it is very
I wanna
necessary.
Hear the
Please
details
do.
from the witnesses themselves, firsthand.
I just can't believe that the children had to witness the crime scene. They may be traumatized. You'd better do this carefully.
Don't tell me you get nervous talking to children, Emily.
Not at all. That's not what I meant.
Then what did you mean?
Just forget it.
It's a bold artistic choice to not let you drive over the speed limit. I like how bright it is in this desolate tunnel. Yo, this is Cope's Tunnel, Josh. Put some respect on its name. This is a named landmark. We got a letter from Ford Canada. For anybody that's not, in the loop, our car is paid off. We got a letter from Ford Canada that was like, there's been a recall on your engine because one of the fuel valves gets stuck open. You have to take it in to get serviced. Until you do,
Is this government land?
don't have under
No,
a
it's
quarter of a
private.
tank of fuel
Owned
or
by
your
Aaron.
engine could stall at
Oh,
highway
Aaron.
speeds. What a great piece of merchandise.
That's right. I'm sure I mentioned that he owns pretty much the whole town.
He used the money left by his father to buy up most of the town. Many town residents live on his land.
I remember this.
I'm FBI Special Agent Francis York Morgan. Please call me York. It's what everyone calls me.
And you are Jim Green?
That I am, son. I keep these woods.
It's extreme
Well, you're doing a
K-Kona
fine
energy.
job.
Well, I used to be a tree surgeon.
What?
And these two discovered the body.
Yes, my grandchildren, Isaac and Isaiah.
Are you a religious man, Jim? Haha, energy? Just
Zach,
radiating off
you
of the
see that?
screen?
twins. Just like in my dream.
Twins, Zach.
We gotta keep an eye on these two.
I'm sorry. Could we talk away from the boys? I want to help your investigation, but I don't want them to hear this.
Very well. Emily, please.
I'll just take them over there then.
Thank you.
Hold on. Don't do anything without asking me. These children were the first to witness the crime scene. I want to talk to them.
Come on, they're just kids. They have no idea
Oh.
what really happened to Anna.
Defensive
That doesn't
stance.
You agree with me, right, Zach?
How heartless. Do you ever think of other people's feelings, ever?
Emily's right. That's stone cold, even for the sake of investigation.
Children see things in pure, simple terms. They may have seen something we adults would never spot, and they are here at our request as well. We could at least chat with them and see if they want to make a statement.
Are you serious?
I never joke about matters like this.
Oh my god.
Don't worry. They aren't as fragile as you think. Look at them, standing so upright there.
Standing?
Now then, Isaac, Isaiah, tell me, what did you find here?
Anna, she was so pretty. She had a red dress on. Her hair
You don't
was
have to
shiny,
shout.
bright gold hair. There were lots of animals around her. Squirrel, weasel, and a snake. A real snake. We didn't know until then. But we know now. Anna was the fairy of the forest. She was a goddess. She smiled when she saw us. She looked so happy.
That's right, Isaac. Isaiah. She was a fairy. A goddess. I'm sure she is playing with those animals even now.
Of course she is. Yeah,
Dumbass.
of course.
Most useful information, boys. Well, Emily, you can take them now.
Okay, Zach. This is where Anna's body was.
Let's look for trading cards.
That means our unsub.
Don't
Our
say
unknown subject was here
unsub.
too.
You're gonna give them ideas.
What happened here?
People are like, I never thought about that. That's a thing you can do? Unsub is an acronym. It stands for unlimited subscriptions. Crap. Jeez. Oh, crap, I'm being murdered. Oh, jeez. Zach, look, the depression on the grass. I think we have a clue. Picture of a vest with holes. Yeah, of course it's got holes. Where else would I put my arms through? Idiot. What about this tree? Oh! There's a bird's nest. Yo, it's a planeswalker. Bang. Chip with rusted metal dust. Yeah, isn't metal dust just rust? Yeah, I'm not an electrical engineer or whatever, but oh, let's go. Dirty metal is just rust in my world. All dirt is determined by the medium on which it's on. Dirty furniture, that's dust. Dirty metal, that's rust. Dirty clothes, that's a must.
I haven't seen one of these in a long time.
Dirty socks, it's crust. I mean,
upside down.
it's easy.
I guess this is meant to be an anti-peace sentiment then.
These
What a
holes
world.
on the ground were made by high stiletto heels all around here. And this depression here, Agent Morgan, I see what happened here. He hung her from the tree and put on her shoes.
Can you speak up, please?
Really enjoying it. Sicko. He knelt down. And disgusting.
George, you certainly have a vivid imagination. An interesting theory. Don't you think, Zach?
What was his name again? That Hollywood
His
producer.
name was Mario.
That's right. Joel.
Joel Schumacher?
We really ought to introduce George to him, Zach.
He made Batman and Robin.
Profiling is a little different from writing a screenplay, though. An idea being interesting doesn't make it fact. Let me enlighten you, George. The footprints reveal that one of the heels were missing from the shoes.
Yeah. Bingo.
And they're different from Anna's shoes that we saw at the office.
Don't remember that.
Furthermore, there would be even more disgusting evidence if he did kneel and, well, do as you suggested. If you want proof, go ahead and try it for yourself.
What?
He knelt here for a reason other than simple perversion. Zach, what was he doing in front of Anna?
Did he just tell the cop to nut on the crime scene? Oh crap, oh geez. Do what you won't.
Ow! Crap! Jeez! I hate this. Why did it come to this?
Oh, it's another slapper
Now
right
I
here.
get it. He was kneeling to pray in front of her. Just like the twins said. She was a goddess.
Ah, na, na. Ah, na, 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 na. Ah, na. I get it now.
Once dead, Anna was transformed from an object of despite into one of worship. So, who is Miss Stiletto Heels?
Is she married to Mr. Big Chest?
Close coming up to the body, and then farther apart going away.
There was a reason to hurry away then.
That settles it then, George. Miss Stiletto Heels is a third party here. She's not the murderer. No one runs away from an object of worship. She could be another victim who was with Anna. Or perhaps an accomplice who fled for some reason. She is also one who took whatever it was Anna was holding on to in her hand.
But why? Why did she leave her here?
Only Miss Stiletto Heels knows the reason for that. She might know something about the man with the reversed peace mark, too.
Na 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 na.
How many women wear high stiletto heels in this town, do you think?
Oh, I should think most of them have at least one pair. I do too, before you ask. But nobody would come all the way out here wearing them, except maybe one person.
Don't keep me in the dark, then. Who might this elegant lady be?
What? Oh, I thought that was a VHS.
The owner of the art
tape.
gallery. But she's out of town for a big art auction. I heard she'll be coming back in a couple days.
Then we'll just have to give her a warm welcome home. A more immediate matter, then. Where in town can you find something like this? It should be a building that isn't used anymore, with either a lot of metal or metal machinery or something.
You know,
like
metal rods.
The old lumber mill.
It's Scooby-Doo, dude.
that. It's time to really get this show on the road.
The old
Could you
lumber
guide me to
mill.
this perfect setting for extravagant murder?
Lumbermaster Jenkins? But why? Kids are all buying plastic furniture from IKEA these days. Needed to scare them into getting real wood.
The lumber mill is pretty far from here.
Oh, no kidding.
If that's where she was
Why would they
killed,
put it close to the forest?
why would the killer go to all the trouble of carrying her all the way here?
I don't know yet. My profiling instincts tell me one thing is for sure, though. The unsub's personality is totally different before and after the crime.
Yeah, if
The
you
unsub
unsub, you're a
killed her in
criminal.
brutal, horrifying
You heard it
way,
here first.
and then displays powerful adoration after she's dead. Something close to love. That could well be the key to all this. I will say this, though, George. Profiling is a risky business. Of course, if the unsub planted those stiletto footprints himself, well then, everything I've just said falls apart. But there's no evidence that he left those stiletto footprints. I'm sure we have Miss Stiletto Heels to thank for those tracks. All I can do is deduce the unsub's feelings.
They're like, what the fuck are
and
you
carefully
talking
figure
about?
the unsub's MO, modus operandi, his way of thinking. It usually unveils
Just
something
drive!
that normal forensic analysis may overlook. That's my way of profiling. It's not for everyone, but it works for me.
When I first joined the force, this lumber mill was still in full swing.
It closed up right when I first moved here.
And now it's totally abandoned.
I presume so. I've never really been inside, so I don't know for sure, but it sure is run down.
Deserted buildings are perfect for criminal hideouts and activities. I keep telling Harry to have the place torn down.
Probably. After all, it's already
Where we're going, we don't need
son
roads.
of Anna's murder.
We don't know that for sure yet, Agent Morgan.
That's right. But the perpetrator selected the lumber mill.
Agent York, you seem very confident about this.
Confident? Confidence is a sweet spot between rude and hopeless. I'm just drawing natural conclusions from the facts that we've seen.
That sounds exactly like being full of confidence, at least to me. And to normal people with common sense.
Common sense can be the opposite of facts sometimes.
Oh, I will, Agent York. Thank you for another pearl of wisdom.
Either way, we'll know for sure by simply going to the lumber mill. So keep your pearls
Oh, no.
to yourself, and let's hurry.
Well said, George. Can you step on it, Agent York?
It's like you boot up your Game Boy, it starts playing this song, you know you just wasted $60. It's like that Batman game for the Game Boy where, like, in order to get past the first level, like, you fight your way through one big hallway and it's super easy. And then at the end you just get to a door and you're like, what the hell do I do with this door? I haven't learned anything that lets me do anything with this door. You just jump up and down 75 times, try to figure out what the hell you're supposed to be doing. All of a sudden, you know, 10 days later, you're talking to your friend. He goes, "Oh, you gotta use your wall climb ability." Didn't teach me the wall climb ability. How am I supposed to know that I have it? Oh, don't even get me started on James Bond 007 for the Game Boy. Start the game, no idea what the hell I'm supposed to do. Walk around town for 25 years. Go get the Brady Game strategy guide 6 months later. It goes, hey, there's a hammer in a hidden wall at the start of the game. You use that to fix the bridge so that you can get to the town, and the real game starts then.
Going in on you two stay here. I can't concentrate on profiling with other people around me.
Hold on a minute. We're investigating this case together.
Listen, I can't risk the crime scene being compromised by you two.
What are you saying? You're not the only professional law enforcement officer here, Agent Morgan. We know how to secure a crime scene.
I'm sorry.
Stop flashing your
That
guns
was
at
rude
me.
of me. But this is how I operate. Furthermore,
Yes? Furthermore, what?
to me, the outsider FBI agent, every citizen of this town is a suspect. You two could be in on this whole thing for all I know. I have to keep suspects out of the crime scene.
Yeah, but you could be the killer as well.
Is he making fun of us? We should have left him behind and come here by ourselves.
You're right. I've never been so insulted.
Sorry, but I'm just doing my job.
Is he making fun of us? That didn't feel right.
Did you hear that, Zach? If they're pros, then we should let every first-person shooter gamer out there join the SWAT team.
Got him? Can anyone explain what's happening with the zombies? Oh no, absolutely not. It will kind of get explained later.
Just as I thought, Zach. This is where Anna was killed. Bernie Sanders is streaming. When his stream ends, or when your stream ends, are you gonna raid him? I'm a bigger streamer than Bernie, so if he raids me, then maybe I'll raid him the next time. But I'm not gonna raid him first. It's not the way this works. Yo, it's a new gun. Oh, it's just a mannequin. Zach, it's almost like an altar. Was the murder some kind of ritual?
It's like the most cursed telephone I've ever seen. That reminds me, actually, I cleaned my keyboard for like the first time in, I don't know, probably like a year this weekend. Gross. Nice now that it's clean. It feels good to get all the gunk out of there, but, well, most of the gunk out of there.
Where are you hiding?
But while cleaning it, I was like, eh. Supposedly that's the sound it makes when the sound effect doesn't load properly. It's a normal sound effect. It's just not supposed to fire that often. It's rusted all over. Won't budge without a good whacking. What a horrible sound. There it is.
Nice shot. Yes. Yes.
Body.
Amazing.
Don't phase through my bullets. I'll shoot you in the ponytail. I do love how he compliments himself. It's like Malf in PUBG. Yo, this is Dexter's origin story. Yo, they're gonna startle me, dude. Not in the toilet, David! Someone's been eating Arby's. Whoa. NL, do you still remember the bully music? Does the Pope shit in the woods? I don't know why, but in my head, I'm like, dude, we're the baby. I know it doesn't make any sense. But I just can't shake the feeling that we're gonna walk through here and be the baby. Do not go in there. Stop it. Do not go in there is from Austin Powers. Excuse me, do not go in there is from Ace Ventura, Pet Detective. After Austin Powers disposes of the Irish assassin, Tom Arnold turns to him and says, "What did you eat?" It's a completely different joke. They're always after me, Lucky Charms. Exactly. It's freaking exactly, dude. Yes, the joke is that Tom Arnold thinks that Austin Powers ate and then shit out an entire human man. And I quote, "That's right. You show that turd who's boss." End quote. Austin Powers 1 is great, 2 is okay, 3 is god-awful. Absolutely 100% the correct power rankings.
Just yanked out a clown's pubic hair. It's Ronald McDonald cleaning his shower. A lot of hallways in this game, huh? Hey, look, it's a palm tree. Good one. A lot of people in this game have some serious back problems. Greenvale is in desperate need of a licensed chiropractor. I know, people say chiropractors, I should say, is like a pseudoscience. But don't they also, I mean, I don't disagree because I got in trouble for saying this once and I looked it up. But like, don't they also go to like the equivalent of med school? Why do they have to go to school for like 8 years to get a degree in a fake science? Dentists too? No, that's not true. Not dentists too. Dentists are very well qualified in principle, at least. However, we have a friend who is a dentist. He has become a little bit disillusioned. I thought being a dentist was just about, like, you know, doing root canals and stuff like that. And he was like, nah, you're almost like a salesman at some point because, you know, routine dental checkups, you make like almost no money, but like actual dental work is where you make the bulk of your salary. I was mad though. I was like, oh shit, Robert was right. God, he's good. Almost as difficult as the chest puzzle. I still think, like, being a dentist, even though our friend tells us it's not that good, I still think it would be a pretty sick job. I'm not saying it's the easiest job in the world. Like, let's be honest. I already have that. But, like, secondarily, being a dentist for, like, 90% of checkups, I'm pretty sure you literally just, like, the dental hygienist does 98% of the work, and then you go in and you go, floss. And then you're like, that'll be $300, please.
Huh?
But then every once in a while, you gotta pull like 70 teeth out of a man's head. He's got an addiction to sugary sodas. Peeled off fake fingernail.